Where are you going?
We're going to the house. Come on. Let's get in our truck. Massive shout out to my friends from Cricut for sponsoring today's video. So as you guys know, Chris and I have been spending a ton of time over the last year working on a bunch of new flip projects. If you're like new here, please subscribe, join the party if you're into home flips because there's so much content coming at you. We've been working on a ton of projects this year and we are like this close to finishing the shutter house, which we're calling the shutter house because we added shutters, duh. So we're at that point in the process where it's time to start staging the house. And historically, Chris and I have really not staged houses fully, honestly, because it's just so expensive. But we've noticed that the houses that are fully staged, or at least partially staged, usually A, sell faster, and definitely always sell for way more money. So we about to stage this house. Here's the thing, guys, we don't really have like millions of dollars to purchase furniture that's going to sit in an empty house. So I decided to head to Facebook Marketplace, which, spoiler alert, is literally now my favorite place on earth. I have been spending a ton of time over the last month or so scouring Facebook Marketplace to upcycle a ton of furniture. I'm gonna be staging the entire dining room space, which prior to this remodel was basically like a storage closet, and now is my favorite room in the entire house. I wanted to create like this French modern farmhouse kind of aesthetic. The main thing I was inspired by were these chairs that I saw at Crate and Barrel that were between $300 to $500. They're cane with black paint, really, really gorgeous, but way outside of our price range. But before I show you the finished product, we're just gonna go ahead and rewind back to day one, because let me tell you, shopping on Facebook Marketplace is a journey you're gonna wanna go on after you watch this video. Check it out. So we're pulling up to our first location to check out this huge, massive, gorgeous dining table that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And it's actually some sort of like store?
Electronic store.
An electronic store that's selling a table from Target in a box. It feels legit.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's go check it out. That was a freaking gold mine. We just met this guy named Blair who runs Victory Electronics, which, as it turns out, has some electronics. Like has dog beds.
They must have just started as an electronics store years ago, because it's definitely not that anymore.
But they're a consignment shop that gets a lot of stuff from Target and Costco specifically, but they list all their stuff on Facebook Marketplace. But right now we are headed to our second stop, a home in Scottsdale, where I'm about to score the most amazing cane back chairs. Now these need a lot of TLC, I will say that, but I'm getting 6 of them for $75.
What is that, like $10, $12 a chair?
It's like 50 cents a chair. What do you think?
Just got some chairs.
Oh my gosh, imagine these painted black with a cream color cushion. We'll leave this probably intact.
They're nice. Good find.
So we just drove about 30 or 40 miles away
Which
from
in
Phoenix.
Arizona is like going from California to Vegas or something. That's how far it is.
No one goes like anywhere outside of their own town here. It's crazy. The reason we're driving all the way out here is because I have acquired a piece of furniture that I'm not sure is gonna fit in this truck, first off,
man.
but it was free. I got a beautiful, it looked beautiful buffet for the dining room, and I'm gonna paint it black, but it's gonna cost $0. But
They didn't sell it out from under us like last time.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I got a table and I told the lady I was driving to pick it up, freaking sold it. Who knew Facebook Marketplace was such a like hostile environment? All right, let's see if this thing fits. Tomorrow is the day that I'm gonna put the whole room together. And I know that this video is about Facebook Marketplace, but I just saw a Goodwill as I was driving back to the house. Something inside of me couldn't resist. And you guys, $100 later, I can confidently say this is absolutely the best Goodwill I've ever been into in my life. I am fully pit sweating, and you're gonna see why when I style this room to freaking perfection. So here is the piece that we just scored for free. I cannot believe these people were giving this away for free because it's kind of in better shape than anything else I got for this project. I'm planning to totally paint it black and use it as like a liquor or a bar cabinet. And someone just gave me the great idea to turn this whole space into a wine fridge. So I just hopped back on Facebook Marketplace and found one that will fit. So I'm gonna go pick that up right now. And then I have a lot of work to do. I just sanded it, which is the first step. Then I'm gonna go in with some Rust-Oleum spray paint. I'm very excited to use this for the first time because I see like all my favorite DIY people always using it on YouTube. So I'm gonna be painting this black, adding some new handle pulls, and then getting onto the next project. Moment of truth. It turned out so good. I added these little handle pulls that were like $2 each. And besides this piece of furniture, which is gonna be like the most beautiful bar cabinet ever, cost maybe $20 if you count all the spray paint. It's crazy. I can't wait to see this in the room. And over here, the next project is starting.
My forearms.
So we're starting by taking off the little fabric pads so that we can then paint these chairs and reupholster the pads.
Whoa, that's looking,
Chair almost
that's
down.
actually crazy. Was that like a full can of paint?
I will probably use probably at least 1 or 2 cans per chair. I'm losing feeling in my forearm. You know what I just noticed?
What?
One of the chairs that we bought, a dog fully
Oh
ate it.
my God.
So now that the chairs are finished drying, they look so amazing. Today we're gonna be jumping into the upholstery. So we have all the old cushions here. We're not taking off the fabric because I don't really know how to do upholstery. I've never done it, but I just feel like I don't wanna get into that treasure box. I have some fabric that I picked up. We also have a staple gun, and now we're just gonna cut it to size and
Look, works.
okay, great, it worked. Okay, moment of truth.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Here, put it on the chair. Let's see what it looks like.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. Remember what this looked like before? So this is our first one. I think for the next one, we can like work on perfecting the corners, but it looks so good. Moving on to the next project is the little built-in bench that's in the dining room. So we actually salvaged the old bench, which was made out of tile, and then knocked all the tile off. So we just have a piece of wood that's gonna serve as the base for the bench. I got a few of these little foam pieces and some darker fabric kind of to like provide some contrast. And right now I'm just gonna glue down this foam or whatever it's called, this padding, and then put the fabric on, and I think we're like done after that. Today is officially the day that I'm going to install this room 100% furnished with stuff that I bought on Facebook Marketplace. Some of it actually cost $0, and then I'm gonna reveal this room to you guys. Honestly, this is probably my favorite room in this entire house, which again, subscribe if you wanna see the final product of our latest home flip, the Shutter House. But for now, I have to get to work because this room's not gonna decorate itself, you know? Project in this video. As you guys can see, I am back home in Los Angeles, and today I'm going to be creating something that I interestingly do for every single house that we flip. I always leave 2 things at any of the houses. One is a wreath on the front door, and the other is a doormat, and I do that because I just feel like, I don't know, it's my little way of saying welcome home. There's nothing like the curb appeal or that welcome moment when you walk into someone's house and you're greeted with like all the warm and fuzzies of a wreath and a mat. And today, since our video is sponsored by my friends at Cricut, which by the way, you guys, I have been wanting a Cricut for so long, and I feel like this is Christmas Day because today I'm gonna be using the Cricut Explore 3 to cut out stencils using smart vinyl to create like hopefully the cutest doormat you have ever seen. I'm gonna walk you guys through it a little bit right now. So for those of you guys who are like, what is the Cricut Explore 3? I have to say, it is so versatile. It can so accurately cut 100+ materials. Today we're gonna be using vinyl to make the stencil, but it can actually cut through glitter paper, it can cut through cork, it can cut through all different kinds of paper materials. And with the variety of materials it can cut, it also has the ability to draw and score using a scoring stylus, It just has so many possibilities, and I think this is a really great thing to use when you're trying to create really personalized gifts, especially with the holidays coming up, or like I'm doing today, creating personalized home decor. I also want to add that it's very easy to set up. As you can see, I have it connected to my laptop, the design software that Cricut has, which is amazing. You can also use that on your smartphone, but I have the Cricut Design Space software on my laptop, and then as you can see, I have it directly plugged in to the Cricut Explorer 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the stencils for each side of my doormat. One side is gonna say hi, the other side is gonna say bye, so you can see it when you're coming and going. And I'm really excited about this design that I've kind of seen here and there at stores, but I feel like this is gonna be super cool. So I'm gonna show you right now what it looks like on my laptop so that you can get an idea of what the software looks like. So right now I'm inside the Cricut Design Space, and I'm just gonna walk you through how I'm creating these stencils. One of them I'm actually gonna use the inside of, and then the other one I'm gonna use the outside of, and if that sounds confusing, I apologize. Fingers crossed it makes more sense at the end. But this is actually so easy to use. So right now I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna add some text, and I'm gonna start with bye. I'm gonna do all lowercase, and it doesn't really matter where I'm placing it within the context of the software, because I'm actually gonna put it in the corner of my mat when I'm ready to spray paint and actually adhere this to the mat. But what does matter is the size. I do want to make sure that the height on this is 10 inches. So I'm just gonna go up here to the top, and I'm gonna go over to the height, and I'm gonna click 10 inches, and that is actually going to auto-populate the width, and that's pretty much it. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the green make it sign. I already have my green smart vinyl loaded in right here to my Cricut Explorer 3. This is just very shockingly easy, you guys. So I've successfully cut out both my high and my bye. This is the bye, it's a little bit bigger, but I did measure my mat very meticulously. So now I'm just gonna put my computer to the side. There's also a ton of tools that you can buy through Cricut that are so helpful when it comes to getting this vinyl off, because it is very sticky. So right now, I'm just going to very meticulously peel off the portion that I want to spray paint into for the stencil. There you have the bye. And then over here with the high section, I'm actually going to do the opposite. It's a little confusing, like I said, but right now I'm gonna go ahead and get these adhered to my mat and then spray down the black color that I have. So we have the bye side over here, we have the high side over here, and here we have Flex Seal liquid rubber sealant coating, which is what most people recommend you use in lieu of spray paint when you're doing a doormat. So I'm gonna take this outside and spray paint it from the direct top, because if you go too much from the side, you risk getting paint inside of where the stencil is. So I don't know, wish me luck. Moment of truth. Did I succeed? I'm told that you're actually supposed to remove this before it fully dries, because this Flex Seal can like make this stuff adhere. Oh my gosh, I think it worked. Ah! Let's see how this looks. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay. All right, usually I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the fact that this is my first ever Cricut project, and it was actually possible for me to do under an hour, I'm feeling myself. And I think this is so cute. It's gonna look so amazing at the front door, and moreover, it's gonna fit in so great with the aesthetic of this room that we are creating at Shutter House. Oh my gosh, you guys, get a Cricut. Oh my gosh, Chris just walked in. I have a surprise for you. Come look at what I made. I want to get your reaction. Look at the doormat I made.
Whoa, that is amazing.
Do you like it?
I did not think it was gonna look that cool.
Don't you think that'll look good at Shutter House?
Yes, I think that'll look amazing.
Oh,
Life as a crafter. I'm actually blown away.
That was like a genuine, not rehearsed,
not
like,
acting.
I mean, we gotta go back to Arizona so we can put this at the house.
That's so cool. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Good job.
Maybe we should keep it. So we just got to the house, and I am so excited for you guys to see what this room transformation looks like. But first, let's go back in time and check out what all this furniture looked like when I bought it. And you guys, here's what it looks like now. This room is a freaking chef's kiss. I don't know how this happened because usually I fail at this kind of stuff, but this cost $0. We didn't have to go pick it up somewhere really far away, but I think it was completely worth it. I spent a few days spray painting it, and now it's like the most gorgeous bar cabinet of all time. And then this table was in the box from Target. So this was technically brand new. I didn't have to do anything to upcycle this. It was at least 50% off. And then the pièce de résistance, these chairs, I honestly, if I could tongue kiss this chair, I totally would. These chairs I have been eyeing for so long on so many different beautiful design websites, and the concept that each of these cost $10 is truly mind-blowing. This little moment was really, really fun to create too. This was actually just a piece of wood that was already left previously from this little window seat. I added these pillows that I already had. My mom actually sewed these for me because I felt like they just really went well with this space. And then the one thing I did cheat on is that I had a moment at Goodwill, okay? Like I just had a moment and everything was 20% off, and like sue me, but I decorated this whole room using stuff from Goodwill, and I'm not sorry. The stuff that I got, including the wine rack and all of these beautiful little glasses, the silver tray, the floral bowl, whatever you want to call it, all of this stuff was literally like $1 to $2 each. When you look at this room, it probably cost around $400 to do everything that I did in this room, which is honestly a lot of money. But when you take into consideration that just one of these cane chairs cost $500, it all makes so much sense. Lastly, the one thing that I cannot believe worked was this painting that I made out of some old wallpaper and some, what's this stuff called?
Drywall mud.
Drywall mud. I am obsessed with the way this room turned out, and what do you think? Is this gonna help the house sell faster?
100%. This is mind-blowing. What do you think this would cost retail, like if you were to buy all this new to stage it?
I mean, something like this could cost like $3,000. This room would have cost $1 million, and we just did it for $400. And I've never been more proud. As I mentioned, this is just one small sneak peek at the Shutter House, and since I promised you I would show you just a little bit more, here it is. Right now, you guys have to subscribe and join the party if you are new, because we are going to be revealing this entire project, which this is just one room of many in this house. I would love to live here, but we don't live in Arizona. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and I will
dance my way out of this joint.
Do I look good?
You look great. You look fab. Keep it up. Keep it up. Boom. Boom chicka walk walk wow.